came home from work one Tuesday afternoon and noticed strangers walking through my living room. A real estate agent was pointing at the kitchen, talking about great natural light. I froze in the doorway, clutching my bag, because I had no idea why people were touring my house. When I demanded to know what was going on, the agent looked at me like I was crazy. "This property has already been sold," she said. "Sold? Nobody sells a house without telling their spouse. At least, that's what I thought." It turned out my husband had done exactly that. He forged my signature on the paperwork, cashed out the deal, and never said a word. And when I finally cornered him about it, his excuse was simple. He needed the money to invest in a business venture. At that moment, I didn't know the full picture yet. All I knew was that the home we'd poured our sweat into, our first big milestone as a couple, wasn't ours anymore. It was gone. And the person who sold it wasn't some scammer or stranger. It was the man I'd built my life with. When he finally came home that night, I was sitting at the kitchen table with the papers laid out in front of me. My hands were shaking, but my voice wasn't. "You sold our house," I said flatly. He didn't even deny it. He dropped into the chair across from me, sighed, and said, "I had to. It's an investment. You'll see, it'll pay off." "An investment in what?" I snapped. "Because the agent told me you already pocketed the cash." "Where is it, Mark?" That's when he slipped. The words came out too fast. Her project needed a real backer. She has vision, and I believe in her. Her. Not me. Not us. Her. I felt my stomach lurch. "You didn't just cheat. You sold the roof over our heads to bankroll your mistress's fantasy." He had the audacity to look offended. "You've always been too small-minded. You cling to stability. She dreams big, and I want to be part of that." I couldn't believe it. He wasn't even ashamed. He was proud of himself, while I was staring at the rubble of everything we'd built together. It didn't take long for his big vision to crash and burn. The so-called dream project was nothing more than a boutique idea with no planning, no real market, and a mistress who thought ambition alone paid the bills. Within 3 months, the money was gone. Rent on the storefront lapsed, suppliers pulled out, and creditors started sniffing around. The best part? She walked out the moment the cash dried up, packed her things and vanished, leaving him holding the wreckage. One night he showed up outside the apartment I'd rented after leaving him. He looked smaller somehow, clutching a duffel bag like a stray dog. "She used me," he muttered, eyes wet. "But you know I always loved you. We can fix this." I almost laughed. Fix this? He'd sold the very ground beneath my feet. He gambled our home away to chase a pipe dream. And now he was begging me for scraps. I told him the truth he didn't want to hear. "You didn't just lose money. You lost me. And that's something you'll never get back." I didn't let him step inside. He stood there on the doorstep, eyes begging. But I was done being the safety net for a man who set fire to everything we had. The next morning, I filed for divorce. I cut my name off every account he'd tied to his circus and started over. It wasn't easy, living in a tiny rental, taking on extra shifts. But it was mine. My life, rebuilt brick by brick, without his lies weighing me down. Word got around eventually. Friends told me they'd seen him sleeping in his car behind a strip mall, parking overnight in different lots to avoid being towed. The man who once mocked me for being small-minded now didn't even have a roof over his head. Last week, I signed papers on a modest condo with my name alone on the deed. It's not the dream home we planned, but when I turn the key in that lock, I know it's safe. I know it's mine. He sold our house for her dream. Now I sleep soundly in my own bed, while he sleeps in his car.